I was taken hostage and held for 544 days by Iran's Revolutionary Guard Corps. They told me that I'd be executed, that my family thought I was already dead. All along, I had to wonder, what was it for?
Jason Rezaian is an Iranian-American journalist who served as Tehran bureau chief for The Washington Post. Rezaian was accused of being a CIA spy and his wife his accomplice. In 2015, he was convicted of espionage in a closed-door trial in Iran. His wife spent 72 days in prison, while Rezaian was incarcerated for 544. His experiences are documented in the new podcast series, 544 Days, where Rezaian describes how he spent the first 7 weeks in solitary confinement.
And Jason joins us this morning on Zoom. Good morning.
Morning. How are you guys?
Good to have you with us. Why were you a good target, and what did Iran hope to gain from that?
Well, Larry, when I was taken, I was the only American citizen who was working as a journalist full-time in Iran. I'd been based there for 5 years, working for a very high-profile newspaper, The Washington Post. And, you know, we were in the midst of negotiations with Iran over the future of their nuclear program. And there were elements inside the Iranian government that did not want to see that deal come to pass. So people who were opposed to it were trying different ways to kind of disrupt that negotiation process. And taking me hostage was one effective way to do that.
How do you get through an experience like that? The Evin prison is notoriously difficult. Any situation like that would be difficult. But did you, when you knew that no one knew you were there, or they're telling you that no one was looking for you, how do you get through that?
Robin, you know, you have a choice early on, and you realize that you can either be your own best friend or your own worst enemy. Your mind is a very powerful tool. And I actively decided that I needed to take care of myself the best way I could. Now, in a 4 by 8 foot cell, that's not a very easy thing to do. So I searched my memory for good memories of the past. You know, I don't know if you guys know this or not, but I lived in Chicagoland my first 2 years of high school. I went to Wheaton Central High School out in Wheaton. I thought about my friends and experiences, sporting events that I went to, a lifetime of memories that were much more positive than the moment that I was living in. And that got me through. It didn't get me through to the answer of, you know, what's this all about and how is this going to end? But it got me through those tough moments. And when it was all said and done, I feel like I was, I don't want to say emotionally intact, because I was definitely put through the ringer, but I was in a position where I felt like I could heal.
Knowing the tension between hardliners and reformists in Iran, and the tension between Iran and the United States, what are your thoughts about nuclear weapons in Iran and the safety of America and the rest of the world?
Well, I don't think any state that doesn't have nuclear weapons at this point should have them. Obviously, we know that it's the most destructive tool on the face of the planet at the moment. And a regime like the Iranian one is not one that can be trusted to have that. So I think there is an important element to negotiating with them and trying to put that nuclear program back in the box, so to speak. But ultimately, for better or worse, that only comes through two paths: either talking to them or going to war with them. And I personally prefer the latter to the former to the latter, because I just don't think we need another war in that part of the world.
We know you've written a book about this experience. Now you have a podcast. What will people hear? Do you recount your experiences just in detail, or what will people hear?
Yeah, in the podcast, it's 9 episodes, and it's only available on Spotify. It goes through the whole experience of the arrest, detention, but then it kind of widens out to what people on the outside world were doing on my behalf to try and win my release. So I go into interviews first with my family, with my wife, who was arrested with me and then released. Then my mom, who comes to Tehran to advocate for me. My big brother, who's advocating for me here in the United States. but then a whole slew of other characters, from the Washington Post's top brass to people in the Obama administration, including Secretary of State John Kerry, Anthony Bourdain, who was a big advocate of mine, and others. So it's a real wild ride about life in prison, about journalism, about an American locked up abroad, and really family and a love story.
Well, Jason, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate the podcast is 544 Days and is available now on Spotify. Thanks for being with us.
Jason.
Thank you both.